Hey, g'day guys, Kristen Harper here, and welcome to the Rosebank Leadership Series. And this is where I'll be talking to some of the business leaders in the Rosebank area to share their insights around how they have been, I wouldn't say coping, but how they're dealing with the whole COVID-19 and the impact to their business. And it's been great talking to the leaders that I've spoken to because they're in different industries and everybody's got quite a different take and different challenges. So today I'm talking to Sophia Bristow, who's one of the owners from Eurotech Design. And Sophia, thank you very much for your time this morning. And if you could give me a wee bit of your, tell me a wee bit about your company and a bit of your background, because it's sort of probably a wee bit different from what you're doing now and how it's actually prepared you for what we're going through right now.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to be talking to the RBA and the wider audience. So my name is Sophia Bristow. I come from a banking and funds management background. So you could argue that, I always was quite risk adverse. So somewhere along the lines, there must have been a little bit of an entrepreneurial spirit. So my husband and I, a few years ago, purchased into Eurotech Design. So it's a company that specializes in importing and distributions of whiteware appliances. And so we have our private label Eurotech, but starting from the top in terms of the dollar values, we represent agencies or brands such as Sub-Zero and DeWolf. So that's luxury brands that go into, beautiful multi-million-dollar builds or penthouses, to KitchenAid. You will know KitchenAid through small appliances like the mixers and blenders, which makes a perfect wedding gift. But KitchenAid ventured into large domestic appliances. So we have refrigeration, cooking, and dishwashing. And then the next level down, we have Whirlpool. So that is a strong American brand as well. We can't wait to actually get the new range launched into the market.
Yes.
And then we do another freestanding cooker range that's under the Italian handmade brand called Steel. So that's made out of steel, colored with multiple options. So that's what we do. We don't sell to the retail directly. We support retailers to help them to fulfill, the product's requirements, servicing, after sales, sometimes installations as well.
Yes. So you got that sort of that part of that service component as well. Now, with your experience with the banking background, how has it, I guess, with what we've gone through over the last 8 weeks, how has that prepared you for, I guess, from a numbers point of view and within your business, how has that prepared you for this?
It's an interesting question. I guess there was a little part of me that I dealt in the global markets as a currency dealer. Yes. So that experience, even though it was quite short, was very helpful, in terms of trade, because then I guess I wasn't trading the currency, but I understood how some of the instruments worked. So that was actually helpful to our current importing business. And then, just coming from, sort of banking background, as I say, people who work in those industries tend to be a little bit sort of, risk adverse, only because the banks lend money out. The focus is actually on the downside protection. Yes. So I'm not sure where this actually comes, from, but we are naturally just quite optimistic people. I've heard a phrase before: you can be 100% right, but you might not be happy. I think it's trying to talk to the point that sometimes if you try hard enough, or if you tenacious, you have courage, you tend to make your own luck, sort of thing.
Yeah, look, I totally agree with that. And as I said to you earlier, with these conversations that I've been having, this has really made a lot of business owners, or probably made all of us, look at how we do business. And I think it will change the landscape of the business world that we live in right now. And we got the great news that we're going back into level 2. What opportunities, Sophia, do you see coming into level 2, and what we're just coming out of?
Yeah, so we're very happy about going into level 2 because that allows the physical store locations for the retailers we support to open their doors. There may be a little bit of hesitation or change of consumer behavior, about going out to actually make that purchase. So potentially
Yes.
they want to just browse, from home and online. And that's okay, but at least there's the option of the bricks and mortars.
Yeah.
Some of our products you can't really purchase from online. You do need to touch and feel. You want to make sure the buttons work and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So I think it has to be a positive. And I heard someone, another leader of the business, saying, look, which is what the government is doing, is try to get as many people back to work, back to what they were doing as quickly as possible, because that gives them the highest chance of actually getting started again and continue trading. The longer you leave it, the more difficult it is to go back. So we're not delusional. We do feel the next 3 months is actually going to be tougher because of the government wage subsidy will run out, and so in the absence of the full revenue that we were accustomed to, so we need to think about how to bridge the gap. I guess especially for a company that deals in commercial projects market, definitely there will be a delay. There will be a reassessment of the risk for the property project that is in question. So right now some of the projects that are near its completion, they will be finished and they might be sold with some other tools in place to facilitate a faster sale.
We just don't realize how much of a flow-on effect everything has, because again, talking to other leaders in the different industries, is that if this stops here, then it stops that, then it stops that, and it just goes
100%.
all the way down the track. So it's glad things are going to start moving forward. But finally, Sophia, what advice would you give to other leaders that are going through this at the moment? What's one your key piece of advice?
You probably got me there. So the key piece of advice is really to keep calm and carry on. And I think it is courageous to sometimes think that this doesn't work, maybe let's try something else, rather than stick to what we know, what we think that it has worked, so it should. Always test for assumptions, never sort of be complacent, listen to everybody, because every employee, they have really good ideas. Now it's time to listen to them.
Really key bit of advice. And thank you very much, Sophia, and we'll talk to you again soon. Appreciate your time. See ya.
Thanks.
Bye.